Welcome to Only in the Green Room, backstage conversations from popular music venues around the country.
And then the first couple of gigs, I was still haunted by Rob, haunted by Phil, and I didn't know how to play like either one of them. And Bobby pulled me aside. He said, what all those guys were doing, what Phil was doing, what Jerry was doing, they were playing like themselves all the time. So just forget about all this and be yourself.
In this episode, Don Was and Jay Lane take us back to the beginnings of the Book Brothers and the remarkable series of events that brought them together. Don shares the incredible story of a dream about Rob Wasserman that led to an unexpected call from Bobby Weir and ultimately changed the course of his life. Together, Don and Jay reflect on the music, the friendship, and the man who brought them all together.
Don Was, welcome to Only in the Green Room. Such a pleasure.
It's an honor to be here, man.
Yeah, man. Jay, you've done this before, my co-host.
A couple days ago.
It's the second time, so you are now our co-host, and of course Tammy's over there with us. All right, I don't know where to begin, but let me just say something. Stephanie, I was going to start with Stephanie.
Yes, Stephanie Christian, yeah, one of the greatest singers in the world.
Wow.
A great, tightly held secret in Detroit.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, in Detroit, she's very well known. And she tours with Kevin Saunderson, who's one of the great Detroit techno DJs. And he's got a group called Inner City, and they play all over the place. Yeah.
Incredible. She's discovered here.
She's
Man.
world class. Yeah.
And the thing, all right, so Blues for Allah
Yeah.
happens to be the first Grateful Dead album I bought after seeing
Really? Is that right?
It's true. I saw them in '75 at Lindley Meadows. Went to Tower Records the next day and bought that, put them in the earphones like this. And I got to say, I didn't have an appreciation for side B until tonight.
Yeah. Oh, tonight. Oh, that's the nicest thing you could say.
Spoken, man. It was amazing. The whole thing was just incredible. And Stephanie, the expressiveness of the lyrics that were, I've never really, yes, Jerry was great, and Robert Hunter wrote, but I mean, wow.
Yeah, no, she brings a different thing to it, and it's kind of cool that she doesn't come from a Grateful Dead culture.
In the tradition of Bob, it's like in the tradition. Like
that's what
he got
actually,
Wasserman.
when he
didn't know
hired
nothing
you.
about Grateful.
Right.
I mean, didn't know his committee didn't know about.
Yeah.
None of us.
None of
you.
us.
None of us.
Yeah. He specifically was looking for a fresh take on the music all the time.
Yeah, and you came in, and both of you have the Wasserman amazing influence and connection to Bob. Talk about that with each other.
If you want.
Or you ask him, or whatever.
You're co-hosting,
I
Jay.
can tell you what. In 1993, he called me to produce a duet with himself. Or it's a trios album that he made.
Yeah.
And the trio was him and Brian Wilson, and it was supposed to be Carole King.
Wow.
And so I was going to produce it, and we became quite friendly. And he was playing in Pasadena when he was doing the duo with Bobby. And he said, you should come meet Bobby. It was maybe 93, 94, something. And so I had breakfast with him, and that's how I met Bob. And I stayed in touch. I see him every so often, but not a lot. And then... I drove up, this is a whole other story, but drove up with John Mayer when he started Dead & Company, right? And then 2 years after that, he called me up and he said, Rob Wasserman came to me in a dream last night, and he said the reason that he introduced us back in the 90s was because you were supposed to take his place when he was gone. So you want to start a trio with me and Jay. I was like, yeah, of course, man.
Wow.
And he said that the name Wolf Brothers came to him in the same dream. He had the name when he called me. So I thought, man, I'm going to really, I said, give me 6 songs to learn, and I'm going to really get inside of him, and then I'll come up and we'll play together. And so I went to New York just to be alone, and I locked myself in a room for 10 days at the Bowery Hotel, just practicing the 6 songs he gave me. And then I got up to San Rafael, first time I'd met Jay, right? And We started jamming on an A chord for about 20 minutes, and he said, "Okay, that's cool."
That was it.
So we never did any of the 6 songs.
Oh no shit.
Oh my God.
But you could tell in the first, 2 minutes, I could tell that Jay and I felt the beat in the same place. And that doesn't always happen, man. In fact, it usually doesn't happen. You can play with other drummers, but when someone actually lives in the same rhythmic space as you, then you're comfortable and you're comfortable stretching out. So immediately I felt like we were brothers, and I think Bobby picked up on that, and it just felt good from the...
Yeah, man.
I picked up on it tonight when I saw you guys hug out there. I was like,
no
okay.
kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
Any follow-up questions for him, Jay?
Where's my money?
Let's see. No, I'm thinking because you guys had, I don't know what you said the other day. You said one thing, and I was just like vomiting it at the mouth. It wouldn't shut up. I thought you were going to shut me
He had
up,
his shirt
man.
off,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he just like
But it just started,
bared it all,
blowing
man.
Wasserman, and then it's like, it just got me on a whole thing of like the whole idea that, imagine, maybe I didn't say this, but Bob's perspective, maybe growing up and being in this Grateful Dead, thing, and it becomes so huge, and maybe him getting more insular in his thing as he's developing into an adult and all this stuff. So imagine the people he meets are probably like, they're fucking saucers for eyes. I mean, like, my God, like, you think he can meet anybody on a level playing? It's like, okay, hey, Hugh, you don't give a fuck about who I am. You don't care about
Right.
the Grateful Dead.
You're in the band.
Oh,
You're in the band.
Oh, you don't know. Perfect.
Perfect, right?
Yeah.
And so you got to look down the line, man. And then years later you realize what the whole prankster thing was, right? The Merry Pranksters. It's like they were all on acid. It's like that guy ain't on acid.
Bring him in.
Either dose him or make a joke. And it was funny because here's the thing: this culture of this whole thing that the Grateful Dead started, right? You got this festival thing. And now, I'm getting a little older. I'm peeping this thing. And so a lot of people here haven't even they didn't even see Jerry. They're not even alive. And then there's some older people that probably did. And I always trip on, because there's like people that take a lot of drugs, they get out of their minds. And like I walked around and seen people just kind of, some people like, they were like contemplating the universe, right? But its cool thing is those older hippies, they know how to say just the right thing. Cause, okay, I was sitting there with Sally, and this dude came up, and he was really high, and he thought I said something about white people, and he was like a Middle Eastern dude or something. I could tell what he was feeling. I could tell.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was like, yes, brother, it is all white people here, but it's like, that whole thing of like us, them, that shit's in your mind. But I didn't think to say that. I was thinking if I was one of them older deadheads, I could have probably said one little Obi-Wan Kenobi and had that motherfucker pin. But I didn't know what to do other than, hey brother, hey brother, hey brother. I was like, because I couldn't tell. He's like, this dude was really tripping, and his vibe could have gone, because he thought we were saying something about. We said something that rhymed with white, and he was like, did you say something about white people? And I was like, oh, wow. Well, now that you bring it up, you came to the right guy, because I will tell you that, this scene has become very white, and maybe it didn't start out that way, in the 60s, and the whole thing in the Bay Area. Like, if you look at those original pictures of the Grateful Dead, there were a lot of black folks in the crowd. Like, it was in the original things in the 60s, and it was in the city. But in the 80s, we all know it became rural, and it became this big rural thing, and it became a big white thing. And I know this dude was just thinking about that, and I wanted to be able to disarm him, but I don't think I did it.
Hopefully he's from New Orleans, so
he already cooled out somewhere.
I would have referred him to the stage.
Exactly.
Right? We're all here to hear music, man.
So true.
It's like that's the beautiful thing.
That stage.
Anyway, bring it back to the music.
Bring it back to. But the stage of mostly black musicians.
And New Orleans, the whole New Orleans connection, and everybody that we interview from New Orleans talks about Jerry. Starting there, and coming
I think the music speaks to everybody. First of all, the more I'm involved with this music, I realize the importance of the lyrics. The lyrics might be the single most important thing going on, and it's just perfect poetry. It's just impressionistic enough.
Oh my
that
God!
Everybody can hang their
own
unique,
internal
emotional lives.
100%.
That's why I was wondering how in the hell Ann Coulter was a deadhead. Like, what in the hell is... Because she came to our gig, and then we got to hang out with her, and it was like... And
wow.
Of course, I had a buddy, it was like... I was like, dude, you just need to calm down.
Calm down.
He couldn't calm himself down, and he blew the whole night for us. It was actually my guest's friend. I didn't even know this guy. He just couldn't let go of it. But the funny thing was Bob, he knew. It was just, she just had that Pavlov's dogs, you know, turn on the Grateful Dead. And the lyrics were just that amorphous enough that she garnered whatever she wanted from it. Yeah. But yeah, it's a trip that I think what did like Jerry said he voted one time and he regretted it.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's interesting, man. You trip about that because he's preaching all this. Yeah. You think he's preaching all this, and he creates all this. But it's like maybe it's like just to prove the point that create your own reality. This is what we want. We don't even want that. Yeah. We want this. We don't want red or blue or that. None of that. No arguing or none of that. We want this. We want music festivals, and everybody should be in there.
And here we are.
Interpretation. I mean, I think you're talking right about the lyrics because how you interpret that, and who's singing it, and it's just like it changes. It's just
the lyrics appeal to basic human emotional qualities that transcend the ephemeral red or blue stuff. You know, so that's I think the beauty. You know, I'd look out at the crowd, and it was kind of like the same thing I'd see when I go to a Willie Nelson concert. You know, there's one of everything in the audience. It's a Noah's Ark, man. And if you transpose that audience and put them in a bar, it would have been a brawl, man. But it's testimony to the power of great music.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's Willie or the Dead, man. When you appeal to the commonality of the human experience, you bring people together.
100%.
And I guess
this is like the greatest audience in the world to play for.
Yeah.
The lyrics is one thing on that. I mean, I've listened to those lyrics since '75, I guess, over and over. And tonight I go, these are how they were meant to be expressed by this woman. I mean, it was that powerful to me.
You're right. I mean, it was, and it felt different.
It did.
Well, just hearing it in a new light. It allows you to stop singing it by rote and stop playing it by rote for us, you know, and you approach it fresh. Some of these things we just couldn't play, like King Solomon's Marbles, man. When we tried to tackle that one, it was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, the thing that first of all, it's in a weird time signature, and I always just thought it was this jam that happened once. But once we started paying attention to it, there's a real structure underneath. It's as structured as Ripple is, you know. But you got to find the structure, and then you got to be able to play it naturally. So we really didn't want to do karaoke blues for Allah, you know. So well, the beauty of it is it starts out with this riff from Inner City Blues, Marvin Gaye, bum bum ba da da ba da da. So it's all right, we know how to do that. Yeah. So let's just make the whole song that feel.
Yeah, that was dope, man. And then we put it in 4/4.
We put it in 4 too, yeah. So just so we could groove on it.
Because the other one is in 7/4 or something.
Something. I don't even know what it is.
Why did you choose that record?
It was the 50th anniversary. You know, it was like it was a freaky thing. Lena Cohn through this Golden Road Festival.
I know Lena,
and she booked us to play it. She said, it's 50th anniversary of Blues for Allah. Why don't you play that? All right. This should be cool.
And here you're replicating it tonight.
I appreciate what the album represents. It's them. They're really trying to stretch.
Right.
And it's about fearlessness and adventurousness. when Bobby called in 2018 to start the Wolf Brothers, I hung up the phone and I thought, well, at the very least, I'm going to take a master class in losing self-consciousness and being fearless from the maestro, right?
Yeah.
And it really had an impact.
Yeah.
And the reason I really wanted to do it more than anything was that I thought once I learned a little more about being fearless, I'm going to apply that to every aspect of my life.
Yeah. Have you?
I thought.
Has that happened?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm fearless, but I'm less fearful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It also happens when you get older too. That's the good part of getting older.
Right,
Things
isn't
hurt,
it?
but you just don't give a shit.
And the whole thing as a bass player with Wasserman, you kind of came into the Wolf Brothers after he had been made part of the thing with Bobby, right?
Yeah, no, and Bobby had what's the other one? Shades of Gray? Is that what's it called? Shade of Gray?
Yeah. Touch of Gray? Shades of Gray.
No,
Of the Heaven Help the Fool.
Oh, back to that again. That's
Shade of Gray, man. He said,
Shades of Grey.
I listened to their duet version of it. And Wasserman's like a fucking orchestra, man. He's like Mozart playing against him, right? And I thought, how am I going to do this? Actually, I'll tell you what happened. First of all, I can't get up that high, you know. And I didn't realize he had 6 strings.
Right, he's a big.
What's he doing? He'd play it all. So, I took a cue from Ron Carter, and I got a small-sized bass. And I tuned it higher. It's called a piccolo bass that Ron Carter used to play. So you take off the E string and make that the A string, and then on top of the G you put a C. And so I learned all these songs up high so I could try to play like Rob, and then and I plugged in and started playing. And Bob said, "Don't go up there." He said, "That's my range." He said, "Stay low."
Right.
After all that,
Now I can't get low because I don't.
after all that, once again,
But I went back to the normal tuning. And then the first couple of gigs, I was still haunted by Rob, haunted by Phil, and I didn't know how to play like either one of them. And Bobby pulled me aside. He said, what all those guys were doing, what Phil was doing, what Jerry was doing, they were playing like themselves all the time. So just forget about all this and be yourself.
I thought you were going to say, they were just playing like James Jamerson, man. They were playing like James Jamerson.
No, they were just being them.
Well, that's the mantra.
That is the thing.
Isn't it?
Yeah. So he gave me license to be myself after about 2 shows.
Very good.
Yeah.
And forget about.
You know what's a trip? Is I just thought of this when I started playing with him. We used to rehearse in Bob's studio there. That's where they recorded Blues for Allah.
Oh, yeah,
His
at
house.
the house, yeah.
And I used to. They put me in the drum booth. That little drum booth used to be the control room, and they had a board, all that shit, in a tiny ass little booth. And when I went there, they still had like lava lamps, like little hippie little shit in there.
I'm sure it's still
75.
He remodeled. I wish he didn't remodel that shit. Man.
Oh, he did?
Oh, he remodeled all that shit.
I didn't know that.
Well, the spirit remains.
Yeah.
The spirit remains.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys.
But, the other thing I was going to say
Keep
was,
going.
I realized it's just, I don't know how it came to me, but that Heaven Help the Fool album came in. I talked about this the other day, and in '78, the Arista Records, big promotion, they promoted the shit out of it. So then I was just really, man, Bob, all through the '80s, Bob toured that album. Yeah. Billy Cobham, Alfonso, the Bobby and the Midnights, all the Bob Weir's album, all the Bob Weir solo bands, they played that songbook. So by the time I came along, he like, I don't know what happened with all the bands. He's like, forget about it. Let's get this upright bass player. Let's play the same song. Yeah. So by the time I came along and played with Bob and Rob, they were like still basically touring that songbook. We were playing Shade of Grey, This Time Forever, Heaven Help the Fool. All those tunes. We played like 2 Grateful Dead songs. We played Throwing Stones and Cassidy, like and barely even that. So it was it was fun. I just realized he was still touring that album all through the 80s. And then
I bet you. Did you notice I'm playing Robin's bass?
Oh, that's Robin's bass?
Yeah.
Robin Sylvester.
Oh wow!
When he passed, his wife wanted to sell it. Yeah. So I bought it from her, but I didn't think I'd ever use it. It sat at TRI for the longest time. And I took it back to try it one time, and it's like, whoa, this thing's got some potency to it.
Man.
So, but that's his actual bass.
Oh, man.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's really touching, man.
Wow.
That's really cool. Don.
So
we pulled out Rob's bass, as you know, the other night at the Music Heals thing, and it was, it's heavy. I mean, the last person to play it.
The audience really they were really struggling, a lot of them, at that event.
Yeah.
Because it just brought back so much.
Well, I mean, Christian McBride played it before.
Right.
Before that, it was Rob.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I told Sarah not to let too many people play because it's the same strings, and in the future they'll be able to clone Rob.
Yeah,
from
right. Well,
there's enough of his DNA.
Hey, Don, we have designs on you playing that thing next. Just so you know.
I'll do it. But I'll play light.
Yeah, play it light. But that was, and the Clevenger came out as well.
Yeah.
The
Clevenger
It was
came
cool.
out.
That's Rob's.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it was
yeah.
the first time they'd ever been played at the same time, right?
Right.
Wow.
We
Because they were
figured
both
that
his.
because Rob's only one
That
person.
thing-
Right?
Yeah.
The strings are like this far apart. It's like there's things like this, man.
Yeah. So,
6 strings. Is like
it was a special night. That was just, 10 years of Rob Wasserman's passing. So that was kind of what that was
Well,
about.
I'm sure neither one of us would be sitting here talking to you today. I'd be playing some bar in Clawson, Michigan, if it wasn't for Rob Wasserman.
Wow.
I feel a great debt to him.
Here,
Yeah.
here, man.
Here,
Damn.
right?
Yeah.
I know someone who agrees with you sitting to your left.
You know, it's
Anyway.
funny because Rob was like, that's Jay. He always looked at me, man, like, that's a fucking jam. Like, I'm not, what the fuck? Oh, you think I'm somebody? That's fucking cool, man.
Well, we figured out yesterday that you are and why, but that's a whole other episode.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, he championed me, man, It's cool.
Right, we don't want to get in trouble with your peeps.
I know.
this
We
is-
could sit here for a long time.
We could sit here all night with you guys.
Maybe we'll get to do it again.
Yeah, thanks for sitting down with us. And Jay,
Super,
thanks,
thanks
for
Pleasure.
joining. See you guys
Good
together.
luck with everything. Yeah, I'm so glad.
All right, we're going to make some music. You heard it here
Yeah, all right.
first, folks.
Right here on
There's a
Only
lot
in the
more to
Green
come,
Room, baby.
right?